Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, to the final game of tonight's PUBG EU Pro Scrims. I am Jorisar. We take to the skies of Erringle one last time. How have you guys been enjoying the scrims today? Let me know in chat. I hope you guys are enjoying that. We just had, of course, a delightful digital athletics win. Raga Octane would be proud. I do quite enjoy playing that song. I hope you guys liked it as well. It's going to be a 4 o'clock to 10 o'clock plane path to end this evening. From Novorepnoye all the way up to Zaki, relatively equal. I don't think we'll see too many alternate drop spots. Overall, I think we should be good to go. You'll notice the Overpeekers, the former Team Liquid boys, they're not in Pachinki. They're going to be in and around Ferry Pier. They're thinking about alternate drop spots for PGC. Can completely appreciate that. Digital Athletics are here. BBL are there. We're watching, okay, guys? We're watching. We are watching. Oh, man. Are we having a little bit of a tussle here? Mitralius, you better... No, Mitralius. Mitralius, what are you doing? This is not the hot drop you want, Mitralius. Okay, the fellas... They've got the vehicle on the go. It's okay, it's okay. The fellas could have dropped here and made this a 4v1. They have not. Right. Game number 6. It's not going to be a melee ending. We're centering just northwest of Ruins. Okay. Relatively civilized, shall we say? Things looking okay. Heroic in South George. WinOrDie in North George. We've got the FUT Esports team in Zaki. Austrian Force have severely in shooting range. This is looking a lot more calm than game number 5. I think that much is fair to say, isn't it, guys? I think that is fair to say. Right. Fellas moving into Yasnaya, but they've got a couple of compounds a little bit further along. I don't think anyone's going to be pushing there. We might see some rotates around Yaz. We could see Faygo go around Yaz. Wouldn't be surprised. Entropiq could consider it. The Wu could consider it. We got options here, guys. That's all I'm saying. We got options. NaVi taking their normal southern split. Bing bang boom. We're very early wiped in game number 5. Sharp shot here. Loading up the revolver just in case, because you never know. They'll be wanting to end tonight's scrims with a bing, a bang, and a boom. That is for sure. Although hopefully inflicted on other people. Now, the reason why the rotations into this circle aren't quite as urgent as before is because think about all the angles you don't expect teams to come in from this circle. From there down to about there. And then from here to about here. Pretty much every other possible angle is feasible. And for that reason, we shouldn't expect the teams to bump into each other too much. But as soon as I say that, 3 different squads start fighting. So that's then the loss rotating past 2 of Heroic. And double from the Expendables, trying to have a cheeky knock. Couldn't quite make... Heroic probably think that's their teammates. They're really not. That was very dangerous for a second from Heroic. I don't think they quite appreciate just how dangerous that was. Gargi moving up to Ruins now, and we've got 2 members of Digital Athletics. Not quite breathing down his neck thanks to verticality here, but you know what? They were close. They were close. Who else have we got? Is anyone going to be moving around the Wu? Looking like they're going to be choosing shelter. Let's keep an eye on that. And they are going to be going straight in. No fancy long rotates here. They feel relatively confident going across Potato Hill. Gargi! looking for additional places to camp. They haven't found it, unfortunately. Not yet, anyway. They're gonna have to stay where they are. Roussier. Dropping a smoke to loot, knowing that the second floor of this compound might actually see them, which is fair enough. BBL potentially eyeing up. And I think Roussier is realizing this is getting a little bit hot, so he might want to rejoin Gargi and Aiden. I would recommend that. BBL having a peek here now. Roussier is still in this compound. Do they know? Do they know? That's what we want to know. Do they have any idea? I think they're pushing in now. I think they think it's a single player, and they might be right. Oh, not pushing in. Okay. Maybe they went, if we get the knock, we push in. If we don't, we leave. Whoa! SHEESH versus NaVi with the woo. Eyeing up SHEESH. Grendis knocked. Very close to escaping there, actually. Nixie and Biestoloch on that one. And that's before they even start, like, properly moving into NaVi, by the way. That's the woo with just good scouting. And SHEESH for the second game in a row are getting a little bit picked apart by multiple teams early on. This is rough. The woo spots Janny. The woo finishes Janny. And now suddenly, NaVi are looking just that little bit safer. We've got the rest of NaVi moving in to join them as well. Where else have we got teams potentially looking down the barrel of guns at each other? Overpeekers. It's question mark. Great flashbang. Still first down. Clib is knocked in this position, but not flushed. A doozy is in the next compound along. Can't get into a position to flush Clib because Bard is up here, which means we are semi-reliant on Hobbits and Dante to spot Vard. I don't think Vard has any idea someone's coming up here. Doozy gets Jeems. We're going to stick with this just for a second. Vard spots them first. That's big. Can he make it count now? Flashbangs out. 2 flashbangs out. Very much not flash, but very much still a bang coming out from Vard. And they managed to evade fire. That could be beautiful. A doozy gets Vard. Will this Molotov get Hobbits? No, it falls just short. And I feel like Vard was the anchor there, so this is really important. Question mark are now starting to gain the upper hand in this fight. Nixie is upstairs, and they know it. Nade coming through. A doozy gets knocked, but a beautiful grenade there finishes the deal. Overpeekers eliminated. And question mark will survive with 3. Zubila might have something to say about it, but they will survive. SHEESH eliminated as well. They were stuck in that battle earlier on. I feel like Roussier at some point will probably rejoin Idem and Gargi, but we'll keep an eye on that. Poor SHEESH. They had such a good surround on NaVi. And unfortunately, because they can't move in, just because you have a good surround doesn't mean you can stay there. And that was the problem. Speaking of surrounds, though, Faygo have continuously moved in. They fancy themselves a go at this compound, I think. Backing off now. I thought that could have gotten a little bit spicy. Don't look like it. question mark now. No longer have any friends, shall we say, in the immediate vicinity. Room for improvement. Charging their way across the Gatka fields. They're getting peppered with a couple of shots, but otherwise seem to be surviving so far. There are more teams up beyond this hill, though, so surviving now is one thing. Surviving later is quite another. Marbo taking 19 damage as they get closer and closer to the Expendables. You can't stay there. Oh, yes you can, according to buggy physics. Oh, you are? I'm not sure about this at all. This is, I would have preferred to have a peek and see if there was more than one gun at the top of this hill. They could have crashed this compound. But the truth is they didn't find out. They heard a gun shooting and that was enough for them to... Ooh, hang on a second. Speaking of that was enough for them to win or die, are in the process of doing just that. Which one, we don't know. They've lost Extens and Leosh and they're trying to hold off now against Heroic. Heroic have probably got everything surrounded. Page out by the tractor beam. Now thinking about heading in. All four of them are still alive. Corexi needs to take a little bit of a breather to heal. Oh, careful. That's... Okay, that's not quite close to Corexi. He was waiting to move in. We're all good. Beverly Hills manages to get that. Corexi on the outside. Page moving in. That's Heroic. Doing a great job. Gedrox in the basement. Gets cleared out. WinOrDie eliminated. Heroic up to 4 kills. And all 4 of them are alive. Absolutely excellent stuff there for Heroic. FUT Esports. Moving in. Thinking about... the goodies that will be here shortly. There we go. They were here somewhere. And it's an Orm. An Orm with a suppressor that they can't use. Talk about that another time. Bing, bang, boom. A bigging NaVi at the moment. That's Uber. Downed but not out from quite far, to be fair. Inside the warehouse. Roth sees this and decides to reposition. Fair enough. Fair enough. Where else are we likely to go instead? 14 teams alive, 51 players at the 13.5-minute mark. Next circle. Ooh, it's hard south. Okay. Now, hard north would have been more spicy. Hard south is fine as well. We've got half of Pachinki still in. NaVi don't need to move. Bing Bang Boom will be happy to center up, I think, where Roth is right now. Gats and Sharpshot they could consider going here as well, actually, but we'll wait and see. This is the part where any teams that were split before are more than likely to gather back up. Entropiq, you can see, wanting to get the high ground above Ruins rather than stay in Ruins themselves. I think QB and Nailup are going to rejoin their team. I hope they are. Chill is going into Ruins now, so is that going to make Entropiq reconsider? Maybe. And don't forget, Austrian Force is behind all of this. And by behind all of this, I don't mean they've been planning it the whole time. I mean, they're literally getting into circle now. There you go. Relatively close to Heroic. They must know that compound is taken. They do. Really? They're going to pull up on it? This is an interesting position for Zucker to stop, and that's why. It's like, hang on a second, really? We're going to pull up on that? Are you sure? Okay. Austrian Force have to take this fight now. I don't really see any other way. Let's just double check for any big crashes. I don't think so. This is going to be the most interesting one so far. Expendables and room for improvement. Yay. That is fiery, I believe is the correct term. But then again, room for improvement picked a rather interesting place to park up, if we're being honest. IDAM getting a bit of damage done on Roussier. That's not actually a third party. Don't worry about it. And Bibin is... Hiding. How are you not on fire, Bibbin? I don't know, but he might be soon. Into the smoke now, and where there's smoke. Oh! Marbo! Marbo, where did that come from? The Expendables eliminated. Room for improvement. We're going to die there. The Expendables have died instead. Room for improvement have absolutely ruined the story I was about to tell, but with a beautiful move from Marbo. And that takes him up to 3 kills, but my god, they need every smoke on Earth and then some to try and survive in this position. This tree is a graveyard. Many more trees will be growing in their space. That's room for improvement eliminated, and Heroic get Austrian Force as well. We kind of thought that would only be a matter of time. Man, that was weird. The Expendables. I thought they were straight up going to win that fight. Marbo with the clutch nade. Okay. Where else have we got the action? Let's have a peek. The fellas are very spread out here. And Miracu is running the risk of running into Iro if he's not careful. Iro would be extremely happy to have a single visitor in a UAS. He's doing it. Miracu's going, if someone's here, they would have shot at me by now. And Iro's going, no, I wouldn't. I am one with the tree. I don't think Miracu's seen him. He's not. He's looking the other way. Patience from Iro, spotted from afar. Is that a fella? It is a fella. Oh, and Miracu is saved. Christmas is saved, everybody. Miracu was about to go down there, let's be honest. Good nade from Iro to open up proceed. What on earth is... Ah! Huh? Ah! And Faygo annihilating... Where even is that? Woo! Faygo pushing in... Oh, so it's Heroic pushing out of this compound. It's Faygo waiting for Heroic to be pushed out. It's not Heroic getting full-on crashed. Okay, that makes a lot more sense. Into the top 10 now in game number 6. Next circle is continuing to hug Pachinki. Oh man, NaVi are loving life right now. As are the Wu. They basically don't need to do anything. Digital Athletics coming in and getting shot at from every which angle. They've taken a pretty low ground position here. If Entropiq decide to flex out of this compound, they could be in trouble. They're okay for now. Out in the open. Faygo very happy to send it in and try their luck. It's not going to work. Rhino Lock instantly down. Oh. Car eating a lot of that, unfortunately, from Gear. Yeah, I think that should have been a knock onto Schiller, but not quite. Might have a second opportunity to do just that. Doesn't get it. Ah! Now he's getting third-partied himself. That's Entropiq from Narnia. No business being part of that fight, and 2 members of BBL might be joining this as well. Luke Haruk says, guys, we don't need a big pile up here. Let's finish it now. Entropiq with another 2 kills. Entropiq have been so impressive today, by the way. Their points per game has just been so consistently good. Nail up finishes off Gear. Yeah, Faygo was always going to be difficult to move in from that angle, even if we had Heroic winning that fight earlier. If you're going to come into that sort of angle that late and you're in between BBL and Entropiq, that's a rough place to be, man. Attempted nade onto a QB. That can't have been onto QB. Must have been onto Faygo. They're all gone. And this further push in is rough. And here's the reason why it's rough. Let's take a look at... Let's assume BBL and Entropiq suddenly become friends. Where is the cover for them to get into circle? This is a nice, big, gentle slope. This isn't cover. They'd have to go all the way down to Bing Bang Boom. Oh, and guess what? This is out of circles. They have to come back up here. Oh, pardon me. And they get up here. No. You then start thinking about crashing the NaVi compound. That's how devoid of cover this circle is. And that's why this is a mega, mega rough Phase 5 for everyone to be putting in. This is tough indeed. Question Mark have opted to take a small slice of Pachinki just because of how open everything else is. The fellas are not pushing into anything. They're very happy for BBL and Entropiq to juke each other. Because you push into this position, how are you pushing out? That's what we want to know. BBL Esports eliminated. Entropiq actually up to double-digit kills, and they're only in the top 7. So remember how I said just moments ago, their consistency and their points per game? Well, they can bow out of the game right the heck now, and they'd still be fine. That's how good Entropiq have been. That jump from Luka Rooks is going to cost him. Sharp shot, getting the shots in with the barrel. Nail up with a good trade onto Caden. M4 headshot, that pretty crucial. Grenade, almost exactly where Roth used to be. Not going to help very much. Not sure the help is needed, though, to be perfectly frank. Roth choosing to try and escape rather than deal with them right now. I don't really know how much further he can get. Got a little bit of a dip by the road, and that's it. It's prone and heal time. At least NaVi aren't flexing out of the compound to come in third party. I don't think they are. However, the fellas are. Let's talk about this for a second. Bing, bang, boom. Get hunted down. QB will get the final frag, but it's the fellas here who are pushing in. Nail Up is inside the blue zone. And it's only QB left. NaVi on one side, the fellas on the other. This is why you have to be the last team. The third party. Melman going for a piece of QB. Gets it. Oh, 2 HP. 1 tick away from death. And QB absolutely clutch there. The fellas actually having a rough time as well. I thought they would comfortably get out with 3. Are they carrying someone? They are. Okay, maybe they will get out with 3. Not comfortable, though. Rustin Ma down. We saw Miraku go down earlier. Uber's come out to carry Melman back to the compound through the smokes. This actually buys QB an opportunity to get into zone, but Alya is watching this position already like a hawk. Picking the rock that he thinks QB is most likely to go to and instantly covering all of it, which is fine. FUT Esports might think about moving into church and contesting the Woo. NaVi, I think, only have 1 circle left before, more likely than not, their compound is going to be out. I think it'll be out of phase 7. And look at this. QB going exactly where Alya thought he was going to go. And I think Alya's seen him but hasn't shot yet, I want to say. He knows. These guys just know, man. Their game sense is next level. They do have to deal with other teams as well, though. And QB with crates. This might help, you know. Completely refresh level 3 gear. Orb. They know the fellas are fighting someone here as well. Iro going down. The fellas, remember, they're 3 players. Rustin Ma going down. Makes that 2. Entropiq are back with a vengeance. Is it enough? 12 points. The re-peek there. The circle's going to get him. Never mind. Michael's going to get him. I do beg thy pardon. Michael going for the insta-res onto Rustamar. It's actually going to work because there's no one else behind. NaVi now starting to flex out. Uber out of the compound, trying to grab the positions where someone would want if they were sniping the compound that NaVi were in. Preempting that sort of move. FUT Esports have disengaged from NaVi now and are moving up onto the church. The problem is Question Mark are also doing that from the south side. Now, if they go north and south, the Woo are screwed. If they end up seeing and fighting each other, the Woo are extremely happy. A lot of different scenarios can be played out in this circle. And then we've got the fellas coming in from behind as well. This is about to become a massive Charlie Foxtrot, ladies and gentlemen. I don't see... This is going to be many things. Clean is not one of them. Let the games begin. Tiksu gets a couple of shots off onto Wested, but doesn't get the knock. Lyron now being spotted elsewhere. Rustin Ma will get downed as a result. Oh! I I tell a lie. Maybe this will be clean. Maybe FUT Esports just hits all their shots. The fellas get deleted and they can play backs free. And maybe I am completely wrong. Because that's exactly what they're doing. Odun is still watching for question mark, by the way. He's still doing such a good job of checking that off angle. FUT Esports so far have been very, very impressive at the start of this engagement. Here comes Uber and co. Alternative angle onto the fellas. That's them done. So FUT Esports can now play backs free. NaVi have... Oh my god. NaVi are the definition of the circle right now. I mean, Jesus. What can you say to that? I think question mark are in the trickiest position. It would take too long for them to wrap all the way south if they didn't want the engagement. And question mark are a team who love these engagements. They're going to have to come all the way down here. So maybe the wizard... I mean, I don't see them doing that. I see them pushing forward. I see them taking the fight. Initial spray has happened. Dante with the cooked nade. Where are we going? Right in the middle. Good length, though. Very good length. Definitely putting FUT Esports on notice here. But how far do they want to go? They have to get into circle. They're going to suffer blue damage faster than FUT Esports are going to suffer damage. And Weston has got a really nice bit of higher ground with Odun as well. They have to go around to where Melman is, I think. So this could be a three-way fight soon. A lot comes down to what Melman sees. So I'm actually going to be watching them because I don't think this and this is going to be a full-on fight. Odun on Uber. Yes, it is indeed. A little bit of covering fire. Question mark are trying to decide what to do. They want to fight FUT Esports, but FUT Esports have been they're playing very responsibly here. And they're not... Oh, if that didn't hit the railing, that would have been so good. The corner's been molly. I don't think question mark can afford now to fight FUT Esports. I think they've been zoned out. Odun goes into the church compound. Melman with an excellent angle. No chance. Weston there. Oh no. Little bit far. A little lower in the sky. Oh no, that is a little bit lower. And Weston would have been done for. Odun going down as well. And not dealing with the NaVi threat means that inside this gate, question mark is still able to play. Nixie coming around the other side, going for the flank, successfully does so against Dante, and the blue zone will do the rest of the job. Beautiful Molotov. That is the MVP Molotov right there, and Nixie eliminates question mark. Absolutely fantastic stuff. It's only NaVi and the Woo left now, as FUT Esports also out in third place. NaVi with 3. The Woo with 2, but Melman's knock makes it a 2v2. They've got the church, they've got the high ground. They do not have the circle. Alia and Uber moving in. Are we going for the insta-res on... I think the insta-res on Melman is a super smart choice here. Nixie has the flank. I feel like Nixie needs to identify and knock Uber for the Woo to win this game. Bookie just needs to survive, or just needs to nail headshots like that. Jesus, he knew they were looking underneath the fence. That's disgusting. Melman going for the revive. If that pan throw hit, I would have flipped my shit. Oh man. I would have been so mad. Crunch time for Bookie. Nixie needed to do that. It's not against Uber, but it's against one of them. We have a second headshot. Will he get there before the circle does? He does. Now, Bookie needs to win the peak battle against Uber and get the first shot off. No, he doesn't. He needs one more first aid. He's got no helmet as well. Let's go from the point of view of Uber. NaVi looking to close this out. Bookie needs a headshot. Needs something to force him to heal. Uber's the only one hitting the shots right now. And it's NaVi. It's just 5 kills, but positionally it was fantastic. Final chicken dinner of the day goes to NaVi. Congratulations. What an exciting finish to that game. In second place, we have the Woo with 8 kills. Really well played. And FUT Esports with 3 kills will be in third. Entropiq, by the way, casual 13 kills in 6th place. Well played by all.